Hi. So, got up this morning at 6, did my banking, and then checked out that new website, eBest, so that I could get some Chinese food. I'm so excited that on Thursday I'm going to get wonton dumplings and food that I know have in the past have never made me sick. I'm hoping my body still lets me eat wonton dumplings. And then by 8 o'clock, I was kind of relieved there was no craft this morning, because by 8 o'clock I was like, I'm done, I'm going back to sleep. I didn't want to go out, even though I promised myself I'd come to church today. I didn't want to go out. I was too cold, too tired, so I went back to sleep. Finally woke up at about 10:30, went to the chemist, picked up the meds, because I'd asked them to trust me with some tablets till today, because I was out of tablets completely, but my pension day was today. So they gave me a couple out of the packet, which lasted me. Actually, one of the sheets would last me for a week, and the other one, they gave me enough to last me a couple of days. So they were quite generous. But anyway, went and paid for the meds that I wanted to get. And then pension day, I thought, oh, potato and gravy from Red Rooster. I love potato and gravy. It's about one of the few foods left that do not make me sick. So I thought, I'll shout myself to that. But then I also have a junk food budget of about $20 or $30, and I thought, oh, Carol, you're always eating potato and gravy. Why not go something else? So instead I went to, after much arguing back and forth, I went to Aldi and I thought, I'll see what ready meals they have that I can get. I had a few rules. One, the meal had to be to the value less than $5. That way I could get as much for the money, much for the amount, as much meals as I could get for the $30, which 6 meals. We've changed left over because most of the meals were, around $4.50 or less. And then, because they were all frozen, I said, okay, you can go to church, but on the condition you have got to, the other rules that I had for the meals, I did try to do red meat free, dairy free, gluten free, what else was it? Nuts, because peanuts apparently make me ill these days. Chickpeas, same problem. Wheat and crumbs. So when I realised that wasn't going to work, because every single ready meal in Aldi had glutens of one or the other in it, and the ones that didn't have glutens had red meat. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll minimise and I'll remove the red meat and the dairy and I can't remember what the other is, crumbs, because crumbs was my most recent torture memory after having fish fingers and deciding, no, crumbs is definitely off my list. I'm not touching anything again for as long as I live with crumbs. I'm hoping that new rule lasts me at least 6 months. Knowing my luck, in 3 months' time, I'm going to think, nah, it was my imagination, it was just the fish fingers, crumbs, nothing wrong with crumbs eventually, so I'll buy crumbs, and then I'll go through this whole torture thing again and hopefully be off crumbs for the rest of my life. But for now, I'm just trying to be super careful. Anyway, so I bought some frozen meals, and I thought, I'll come to church now because I want to open up the cupboards, which I've done, and I thought I would just be here long enough to set up the cupboards for tomorrow. And then so come in, and there's a whole bunch of bags. I don't know if you see them there. And yeah, I'm pleased that they pulled the clothing racks out of the shop, so all I have to do is position them. But there's all those bags, as well as the bags I've yet to sort through, which I couldn't do on Friday because I was just too sick. So, I don't know, could you see that? I was holding it up in that direction. Yeah, but those are the bags in the cot and the bags on the ground. The bags on the ground are new. That's what I'm cursing this morning. I did remember to pop by Let me get my scooter to work. I did remember to pop by Woolies, the mall, and I managed to get, don't know if you can see, newspapers and the latest recipe magazines from Woolies, ready for the customers tomorrow. So at least that's stockpiled, and I'm hoping that the other Woolies are okay with me putting it on the desk like that. They can sometimes be stroppy, I guess is a good word, as to that desk being a bit cluttered, so I try to make it as neat as possible. Anyway, so I decide, okay, I'll be here for maybe an hour, but no longer. I want to be home before dark. So I decide my frozen meals that I bought, I'll put them in the church freezer, and scolded myself in advance to not forget them, to remember to take them out of the freezer before, because I am notorious when I put stuff in the church freezer here. I'm notorious for just leaving and completely forgetting there's food in there. Anyway, so as I'm going past my scooter, as I'm saying, I'll only be here for an hour, and it's like at the very latest, I'll be home. I'll be leaving here before dark, and I'm thinking and saying this as I'm checking at the same time to see if my light is on the scooter, which it is. But again, I scolded myself saying, Carol, I don't want you here after dark. I want you to leave home before it gets dark. I put you in the spotlight. So I thought, okay, because if I know me, I'm going to find excuses to, number one, not just be here for more than an hour, but to be here after dark. But then I remembered I left my mobile phone charger at home, and I need my mobile phone charger so that I can, upload photos to Facebook. And it's like, oh, well, that's handy, because my phone charger, as new as the mobile is, because of all the photos and stuff I take, the battery goes down fairly quickly. So there is my cutoff point. If my mobile starts complaining about battery and I've got less than half battery left, that is my no excuse point. That means I need to stop everything I'm doing and head home. But I do get mad at myself for after I convinced myself all day I'd only be here for an hour max, and then here I am thinking, so how much time do I have before the end of the day? Oh, I've got like 3 hours maybe. So yeah, I thought I'd share this little bit of giggle hybrid events for you. But yeah, thought I'd give you an update on how this day is going. And with the exception of this really niggly cough, no sore throat, no COVID, just this niggly cough, and I don't know if it's covering from whatever I was sick with on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And also the exception to my very colourful arms, hang on, and rest of the body. I don't know if you can see the arm. I don't know if it's showing. It's really hard to aim the camera up to show you what my arm looks like right now. When the chemist asked me how my hives doing, and I said, oh, well, they're looking really healthy. They all seem to be gathering up in unity to decorate my arm. And she looked and she goes, well, they do look better. And I said, okay, can you explain? And she goes, they don't look angry red anymore. It's like, oh, that's good, considering I was scratching them more last night. They were itchy. And I was like rubbing my back against the wall and attacking my arms. So the fact that they're not angry red, I guess, is a good thing. They are looking a little bit more pinker and less redder though, so I guess I can't argue with her. But yeah, aside from the hives and this niggly cough, my head's not so much an echo chamber anymore, with the exception of I'm in a hall which is an echo chamber. I'm pretty fine, not dying anytime today. Okay, cut later. You'll see some clothing up on the page soon, so stay tuned.